Ooh, I think we can do grab back into insta LeBlanc too to stabilize. I like that. Lifting comp? Nah, let's try this.
Oh, Scion! You
Be fine.
too? And you're here. It's me.
Can't low roll LeBlanc
Out of my way.
if you just upgrade her right away. Okay, so we got a plan, we got a game. So here I want to prioritize Adaptive and Prot Vow and then go into Mel and try to farm some Radiant items later. Thoughts on Darius with Zorn Emblem? It's probably fine. I mean, he fits with Draven, Quick Striker, Defender with Vi. I tried Meltec, passes 8 of my life. Well, it's a little bit... So the thing is, the way you have to play it, first of all, you don't force it, right? Like, that's the first thing. How early should we... I guess Invoker isn't that... I mean, we can... whatever, let's just do this. If I go win streak, then the Draven will get a lot of adoration here. So we get the Darius and the 5 Noxus fast. The thing about the way you have to play Mel is a little bit like this. You start off by not forcing it, but by actually having like a proper setup for it. Then, or like one of the conditions needs to be, you get Ambassador 2-star in stage 4 without completely wrecking your own game. That's condition number 1. Then condition number 2 is, you want to have something like Prot Vow, Adaptive, and the third item can be Morello, Red Buff, but it doesn't matter as much, the third item. But you kind of need one Protector Vow, one Adaptive. Because once you have these 2 items, it's a lot easier to guarantee that Mel gets 2 orbs out before dying instead of 1 orb. That's important. Once you have that, you want to play the Mel in the frontline for stage 4, including the PvE round. And then you can put her in the backline. So this is kind of how it works, right? Like, you're not supposed to keep the Mel in the frontline for the entirety of the game. The Mel 1 isn't that strong, and you can get away with, by playing like something like 7 Noxus in stage 4, you can get away without having the Mel in the backline to win your fights, because the Mel 1-star isn't that big of a deciding factor. But this allows you to now guarantee a Radiant item in stage 5 and then play the game from there. But there's another problem in this comp, which is that it's a bad comp against the current meta. See? The problem is your opponents, they're gonna be doing Yunara and Lysandra Seraphine, and these comps are like a million times better than everything else running around. So what you're playing a balanced comp with a gimmick, and they're playing an S-tier meta comp that's just gonna completely shred through you. And that's one of the reasons why it's gonna feel bad to play this. But once the meta is in a healthier spot for Noxus, you're also gonna have an easier time executing the strategy. That was a long rant, but I hope I kinda explained how this whole thing works and why it's not that terrible. It's just about understanding when to put Mel in the front and when to put her back. Okay, this is Adaptive. How close are we? We're actually fairly close to Darius here. Put Mel front when farming, put Mel back when she's carry. Yes. If you have Mel 2-star, she should always be in the backline. Always. Putting Mel 2-star in the front line is giga int. According to Riot, this is not a bug. This is actually intended interaction. The orbs are supposed to keep draining if she's dead. Otherwise, I would have mentioned that it's a bug or an exploit in a short. Mordog said that best mel is without items. That's not correct. Like something like adaptive, like, well, Mordog specifically is talking about backline mel. But frontline mel wants adaptive and prot vow to get the 2 orbs out ASAP before end, because you can always perfectly time. 1 prot vow, 1 adaptive is very good on average of getting 2 orbs out and then dying. Are they supposed to disappear visually? I don't know. Can't answer that. Maybe we could open her right now. Nice Noxus board. We might have a game here. The tricky part will be Madame here, Ambessa. Is Adaptive Helm increasing Mel mana draining? Not sure. Answer is maybe, but I never checked that. See, the problem is, the answer is just maybe for me. Because the problem is it's like, it's 15% of what? Of like, I think the orbs itself, they drain like 1 or 2 mana per unit hit. But if you increase that by 15%, like if you increase 1 by 15%, then you end up with 1.15. So doing the math on these types of things are just really annoying. Because you would have to do this in a super controlled environment. It does not increase mana drain, but it increases mana gain. Well, that was his question, right? Like if you end up getting the passive faster, because you sort of like gain more mana from the drain with adaptive. If I had to take a guess, I would say yes, it works, but don't quote me on it. No, I mean, like the Darius. Why did I struggle so much getting Darius on PBE, and here it's just like, yeah, LeBlanc 2, Darius 2 and 3, 1, easy peasy. Of course. Don't like the BFs though. The BFs don't really help me. Would like a Pandora item maybe. I did go to university for a bit, but I didn't like it, so I quit. I wouldn't say yesterday was a rough day. I would just say that this patch is a rough patch. I'm actually gonna blame the patch here, not my own mental state. Because this is a hard patch to have fun with. If you decide to like, let's not play Lissandra Seraphine, let's not play Sona reroll, let's not play whatever is flavor. You're gonna have a bad time. Probably Seraphim for LeBlanc at the moment. Oh, Urf's Gambit into Invoker Emblem on the Mel maybe? That could work. Could also go for a Noxus Emblem. I like Urf's Gambit here. A Noxus Emblem wouldn't be that bad either. It's early 7 Noxus. We have the BFs to spare. So yeah, if I just find one Swain Ambessa, I can immediately stabilize with 7 Noxus. Yeah, I like that more than Invoker Emblem. I tried Vanquisher Mel in the front line, but she does not print gold when she's dead. Sadly. Oh yeah, it was like, it's like, if you actively avoid Yunara and like Seraphine lists and stuff like this, you start having such a bad time so fast, and it really shows the flaws of this patch. Sammy, thanks for the Prime and the 20 months. Thank you, thank you. But I think this game looks like a tuber at the moment. Everything is going my way. I'm also having a bad time with those comp because they are contested. That is that is actually another problem. Yes. Okay. So this we go for Noxus here. Could also go Cho, but I kind of like the M-Pen from Zoe. Vanquisher Darius. I mean, the fun part was actually Gunslinger Darius with the dot. Gunslinger Darius and reduce the armor to 0 from the entire front line. I don't agree with that there's no S tier comp. I don't agree with this. Because, like, I don't know. Yunara and Zera Liz definitely deserve an S tier status in my opinion. Like, I don't know. And also, like, I think Mort even mentioned this in his meta report, that the gap between the good meta comps and the not so good meta comp is too wide, and that is 100% true. Try playing Noxus, dude, you go crazy. You're like, oh my, or like you try playing T-Hex and it's like you high roll everything. You're like, oh my god, I have the most amazing T-Hex setup, and then the guy shows up with Yunara 2, Set 2, and you can't beat him no matter what you do. It's like, you're like, what? If I get this Swain, I actually have a setup for Noxus here. It's cute. Nah, there's no... Really? Well, I mean... Well, now the game seems almost too easy. I just wanted to print some Radiant items with Mel.
Looks can be deceiving.
Nah, this is a bit too easy now.
Zaun is the future.
Did you say something for amigo?
I mean, wait, no, it's... I could do Quick Strike and sort of Cyan, maybe? Do like this. But then Cyan, I mean, does it really matter if Cyan is farming HP or not? If I get Coronation, this is a really fast game. These paid actors. I did click on ranked, right? Just double checking. Freest Noxus game of my life. One thing I don't like about Noxus though is it doesn't give me enough time to farm Radiant items with Mel. Nico would be good for Arcanus Defender. How do we do this? I mean, I kind of like, the problem is I really want to have, like, I can definitely throw this game away by not rushing 10. Because if you think about it, if I go level 8 and I roll down for Ambessa to get my Mel, I've actually put myself in a spot where I'm very likely gonna lose. Because then I have like 2 Noxus emblems that I can't use that well.
A symphony of justice.
But I kind of still want to do it. Like the plan is, okay, 2 Radiant items, okay, that's my plan. 3 is a bit ambitious, but 2 Radiant items, that's what I want. I'm still safe in stage 4, but the thing is gonna start falling apart in stage 5. Distance. Well, I mean, maybe it's a prot vow here. I should still wait with this component anvil.
Noxus will
I actually have a
Noxus.
I have a small idea here.
Do it.
Okay. This will help me to decide whether or not I should take this will help me to decide whether or not I should take reinforcement. Now we're actually back to live server right now. I did change the stream title, I hope. Yeah, I kind of want this Ambassador 2-star now. Dark Will is not bad. Portable. Is there a point in portable? Is there anything? I don't think there is. I think it's just Dark Will, to be honest. I don't think there's a single art. I mean, there's Horizon Focus Swain, but that's it. Just take this, okay. Ambessa. Ooh. Juicy. Sadly, this is actually gonna be a teensy tiny bit annoying with the items. Okay, you take Potbar for now. Set unlock. This happens every day. Listen. I'll just buy the set to make it harder for Yunara to hit set 2-star, okay? It's all planned. It's all planned.
Someone hold my coat.
Okay, good. So, who do we kick out and why? That's a pretty good question. Probably you. Okay, we do this, and then I probably want to play Shyvana here. Do I just kick out the defender, or do I kick out the Draven now?
Remember your studies, Mel.
Mother,
I'm ready to show you what I've learned.
Okay, she didn't get the second orb out here. We need to help the Mel a bit more. Okay. Technically Gunblade would work on Mel. How much did we get here? 49 in the first fight. My goal is to get like 70 to 80 per fight. The problem is I didn't get the second orb. That was the biggest problem we had. Azia's pretty good. I don't have Disruptor in. Do I just give up on the Garen because I don't have the item swim anyway? Let's try it like this. Maybe this gives me enough time. With the two soldiers tanking the corners. The belt, yeah. Let me see the fight. I can do the belt reactionary.
Bring you to heal.
Because we don't want her to cast. She's actually casting here now. Yeah, see, this is the problem. This is the problem. Oh, she got the cast out. No, leaving my Mel itemless is... We want the reason why we're playing it like this is we want her to get to 2 orbs as fast as possible without actually casting. That's the purpose of what we're doing.
Ripe for battle.
If you only put her in the backline, it takes her too long. Like, no item Mel in the backline takes too long to get the first and the second orb out. But if you give her mana items, she ends up casting, and then you have a spot where the orbs have downtime. So the goal is to get the 2 orbs as fast as possible, but then create a no downtime situation. Where are we at the moment? 69 here. Like, this is perfect right now. This is double orb. Here we have double orb and Mel died. So this gives us the highest amount of mana. Unfortunately, not as stable as I would like to be. This is the most important part here. We need to weaken our board as much as possible. So pretty much replace everybody who is remotely capable of dealing damage. Although the belt is an issue here, right? Yeah. Darn it. The belt is actually an issue. Should lift that. Shit. Yeah, that ended up being way too fast. You leave. Belt. What is this? Do we have? No, we can use Morello, right? She does proc the anti-heal. Where are we at the moment? 163.
You invited your own end, Azir.
Come on, die here before casting. That was good, right? Yeah, that was double orb. This is what we want. Although we won that fight a little bit too fast because this guy is a bit on the weaker side. I guess I can play Seraph here. Where are we at the moment? 217. We're not doing too bad.
You are Emperor of a wasteland, Azir. Emperors have no right.
I mean, like, by the way, obviously the correct play this game was to just rush 10 for 10 Noxus, but I can still do that later, probably. It should be within reach with this much HP. There's a good for Shurima angle. You wanna see for Shurima 10 Noxus? I mean, with 2 Radiant items. Here I don't think we got the second orb here. Here she died. She died a bit too fast for that one. Although I feel like the game would be over by the time I get Renekton. It's too many rounds. No, it's like 5 wins with Renekton. By that time the game is over. Okay, we got the first Radiant item. Radiant Eon. Okay, you can take that.
I'm no longer bound
but
by class standards.
I shouldn't be rolling because I need level 10 for 10 Noxus. That's kind of stupid. I want to roll for Mel too, but I can't. Well, we got the first Radiant item in 5-3. But I feel like I could have gotten it 1 or 2 rounds earlier in a perfect setup. Normally you would be rolling for Mel 2 and put Mel in the backline and move the Prot Vow to Swain. That's what you would normally do. But since I'm kind of like trying to prove a point here, I'm playing this very greedy. Yeah, fine. We can make some money here. Does an orb on Warwick drain mana? I believe it does, because you drain the mana of the PvE. You can drain mana in the PvE, and that only they don't have a mana bar. You could also try double mail, but these decks don't really combine. This is not a good idea to take. I mean, we have 10 Noxus, so... So we got the Prismatic. Well, with the Prismatics... How does this work? The Foster Atakan, he gobbles everybody up, right? Would the orb still proc there? I'm kind of curious. Let's see. 114. She died. Okay. Let's see, how much did she get there? 156.
My forge is my home.
You dare oppose Noxus?
These chains cannot hold me.
42? Nah. Considering how long the fight went, I was expecting more. Okay, she is 156. Don't think we got the second orb here. Like, the thing is, like, I would say with Mel, you kind of want to farm, like, I don't know, like 70 mana per round. That's like a good benchmark. You can get more. You can get like 100. It was 190. Well, we can get a second Radiant item at least. So, to recap once more, why is Mel in the front line and not itemless in the back line? So, you get... I don't actually know the exact threshold when you get the orbs, but you get like 1 orb here and you get 1 orb here. The fastest way to print Radiant items is to have Mel die with 2 orbs out. Because then you have 100% orb uptime. If you put Mel with no items in the back line, then you get 1 orb late. It's like, I mean, I don't need to roll for this, but you get 1 orb late, and probably don't even get the second orb. And then she will also, at some point, she will cast, deal damage, and then she's at 0 orbs. So if your goal truly is just the Radiant item, then the itemless Mel in the backline is your second best option after the mana Mel in the front line.
Mother, I'm ready to show you what
But the way you're supposed to use this is in stage 4, you can like put the mana items on Mel, place on the front line, and in stage 5-1, you put her back to the back line. Dude, I got some extra mana there because the 1 unit survived a bit longer. Did I get the... Ah, it's 6 mana? Well, if the other guy doesn't forfeit, we might still be able to do
I'm no
it.
longer bound by her standards.
Okay, let me just... Need a thumbnail here. Okay. Well, if the guy doesn't forfeit super fast, then I will actually manage to do what I wanted to do, which is 2 Radiant items. I kind of needed 10 Noxus for this, but it's a proof of concept video. It's a proof of concept video. Like here, I don't think she got the second orb out. Even though she was 2-star. The tricky part really is to really hit that sweet spot of she dies with 2 orbs. Okay. We could technically remove the 10 Noxus for a round. We're not dying.
All in good time.
One sec. So right now what we could do is we could like play this back to normal. We can reforge this, maybe get some... Oh, that was useless. But yeah. I mean, we can just put this on Ambassador. Okay, so and then what you could do is like this, right? Now the Mel 2-star, we can probably move the Protvow back to Swain. But now you play like Mel 2-star in the backline. Once you got your Radiant item. Then you lose to a random Yunara comp because this patch is complete garbage. How much did you get here? 60. That was a fairly long fight as well. Wait, how like do I have enough HP? No, I don't have enough HP for Shurima. But I have to lose 4 more. That's not happening.
The strength of Noxus.
But yeah, this is more or less what I wanted to show. I think we can... We're not taking 29, right? With this setup. Wait, can we find a replacement LeBlanc?
Looks can be deceiving.
We can do Jeweled here. So yeah, if Noxus, if like Yunara said wasn't so overtuned and Noxus wasn't so weak, this would work in concept. But anyway, go back to 10 Noxus now.
But my shadow, Seraph. I will not be subverted. Shurima's legacy will endure.
Oh, we can actually still use this, right? Never built that. I need I mean, with no dupes, I don't think there's a point to go for Mel 3-star. But yeah. But this also shows why this is... It's not the best strategy on this patch, but it might be a lot better on the next patch if the Yunara comp and the Seraphine comp are like less issues to deal with. But I'm still happy with the game because I was able to showcase a lot of different things here. GG.